The trailer for Wish is here. Also, Disney is suing Florida, but I'm Canadian, so I don't care about that. Let's talk about Wish. Welcome to Teacup for One. My name is Matt, and I have 2 degrees, and welcome to yet another classic Teacup for One trailer review and reaction and analysis. I have done so many of these this year because why? First of all, they're easy. Second of all, they're quick. Third of all, you keep watching them. I have a backlog of very intelligent, well-researched videos that I promise you are going to show up eventually. But for now, we're going to dig into the brand new trailer for Disney's Wish. This is such an exciting film for a classic Disney fan such as myself. But before we get into that, 2 very important items of business. First, if you're watching this video, please like it. Just hit the thumbs up button. Even if you don't like the video, even if you don't like me, it takes a second. Even if you click away right now, just click the thumbs up button. It helps me so much. Now that that's out of the way, second order of business, I would like to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, me! The Teacup for One t-shirt t-shop is now available for you on Etsy. The Teacup for One t-shirt t-shop. Parody graphic t-shirts inspired by your favorite fandoms and mine, ranging from theater to theme parks, all lovingly designed by me. Check out the shop today and get your very own Walt Would Be Rolling in His Grave t-shirt for yourself. In addition to the brand new Stupid Shakespeare shirt collection, I spent the entire last month designing 1 shirt per Shakespeare play. And much like Shakespeare plays, they're not all good, but the ones that are good are worth your time and your attention. So yeah, check out the Teacup for One t-shirt t-shop today. And you know what? I might even put a promo code in the video description down below. So anyway, there we are. Today we are talking about Wish, Disney's 60th? No, it's a weird number. It's not an even number. It's not like... I'm gonna look it up. Okay, yeah, it's the 62nd. It's the 62nd Disney animated feature film, which is like nothing to scoff at, and it's a nice round number. But the 62, that's not nearly as important as the 100, because this is the film that Disney is releasing during their centennial. Now, like, it's kind of... I don't want to say it's a lazy centennial, but the stuff that Disney started doing 100 years ago, like in 1923, that was 100 years ago, yeah. The stuff that Disney started doing in 1923 is not the stuff that we're nostalgic for and love right now. Like, the stuff that people can quote about Disney, like the Mickey Mouse cartoons, Steamboat Willie, we're still a couple years off from the 100th anniversary of that. But if Disney wants to milk this anniversary and give me amazing content, Funko Pops, and just take all of my money, I'm here for it. So, Wish, the animated feature film that Disney is using to commemorate 100 years of animation magic. And this film truly looks like animation magic because, be still my frickin' heart, they have returned in part to, I think, a traditional 2D hand-drawn animation style. It's a hybrid. It's kind of 2D animation, kind of 3D animation. It's given me vibes of Into the Spider-Verse a little bit, but as done by Disney. You know what? Let's just get into the trailer. I have more to say about that. Let's watch this trailer. Here we go.
Imagine a place where wishes come true.
My wish has already come true because we're getting this gorgeous traditional style hand-drawn animation, but at the same time it looks unlike anything Disney has put out for a feature film before. I mean, if you've watched my videos, you know notoriously, as a blanket statement, I hate CGI. It's more nuanced than that. I have a lot of respect for CGI, and when it's done properly, done well, I think it's gorgeous. But I've never been a fan of Disney CG animation. I always feel like they're just always a couple steps behind Pixar. I think Pixar has nailed how to make their animation style look stylized and unique, as opposed to Disney animation, which up until I'd say like Raya and the Last Dragon, it always felt like I was watching a video game that I couldn't control. Yeah, I said it. Frozen looks like a video game for PlayStation 1. To be fair, I do think that they've gotten better at it, and as I said, I think Raya and the Last Dragon is a visually stunning film, and my favorite thing about that movie, which was such a surprise to me, was how they kept on jumping between the more like current modern style of Disney animation, which is more akin to Pixar, but a ton of the either flashback sequences or fantasy sequences had this 2D animated feel to them, and I loved that. I loved watching it. I thought it was visually dynamic and so much fun, and it seems to me like that's the style that they're applying to everything in Wish. So just this opening shot I think is gorgeous because it's harkening back, in my humble opinion, to classic 2D animated Disney films, just with the dynamic movement of the environment. It's giving me very 1940s Disney multi-plane camera vibes, and I am here for that. Also, you're going to notice that there's this beautiful watercolor painting aesthetic to absolutely everything in this movie, and I just think, even if the script is terrible, it's going to be so beautiful to look at. Let's look at more.
Where your heart's desire can become a reality.
My heart's desire has become a reality just seeing these two. I promise. I'm not going to do that through the entire trailer. But, okay, so this is the first look that we're getting at two of the central characters. We have our, I don't think she's a princess, but our princess-esque character, Asha, as well as her adorable animal sidekick, Valentino. Now, I'm thrilled by these two characters for a number of reasons. First of all, having a new character to potentially join the Disney Princess franchise, I always think that that's thrilling. But the voice talents that they have bringing these characters to life, that is what thrills me. Because, of course, we have Ariana DeBose as Asha. And it's entirely possible I'm going to be embarrassing myself now by mispronouncing her name because the movie hasn't come out yet. I'm assuming it's pronounced Asha. Maybe it's Asha. When you watch early videos of when Frozen was being promoted, it's so funny because you have all these celebrities that are saying okay, and now we're going to go meet Elsa and her sister, Princess Anna. It's no, it's Anna. So anyway, future viewers, if I'm embarrassing myself right now, I'm sorry. But for the rest of this video, I'm going to pronounce her name as Asha. So yeah, it's Ariana DeBose, Academy Award-winning, triple threat, American national treasure. I adore her. She can do no wrong, and I'm so happy that she is going to be voicing a character that I'm sure is going to join the canon of classic Disney heroines. And Alan Tudyk, he's just become Disney's go-to voice guy, especially for animal characters, and I love it. Yeah, I'm happy to see the movie led by those two. I trust it in their hands. I also think that this shot is super exciting because we see them blowing on a dandelion, and of course, that is a very traditional method of wishing upon something. You know, you're a kid, or even if you're not a kid, you're a kid at heart, you're going outside in the summertime, you find a dandelion that's dead and turned white, you pick it up, you blow on it, you let the seeds go into the air, pollinate, make people with allergies hate their lives, but you get a wish out of it. So for a movie that's all about wishing, I think there's something really simple and beautiful about seeing that ritual right off the top with these two characters. All right, let's keep watching. All right, I know it's only been a few seconds, but I just want to take a moment to address the castle. Can we get a good shot of the castle over here? Yeah, okay. This is me being extra picky. It's a beautiful castle. I don't see this joining the ranks of classic Disney castle, and I'm not holding that against this movie. If you think about it, we haven't had a truly iconic, gorgeously designed Disney fairy tale castle since, I would say, probably Hercules with Mount Olympus. But you get that beautiful shot at the beginning of Hercules where it reveals the castle, and I think that was a classic moment in the Disney Renaissance films that was harkening back to the classic Disney fairy tale films that we've kind of lost. I mean, think to Little Mermaid, there's a beautiful castle reveal. Little Mermaid, actually, we get two castles, one under the sea and Eric's castle, both iconic. Beauty and the Beast, you have that beautiful reveal of the castle at the beginning. Cinderella castle, beautiful. So anyway, yeah, Disney castles, they kind of dropped the ball on castles, but I'm willing to forgive them because 2D animation. Anyway, that was it. Let's keep going.
What if I told you that place is within reach?
Alright, I'm curious about what's going on here with the bubbles. I mean, it's a granted at this point, we know. I'm sold on the animation style. I think this is a visually beautiful movie. These bubbles, though. I looked it up. I mean, granted, I looked it up very quickly and haphazardly on Google, but I don't think there's any mythology tying wishes to bubbles, so this seems to be an invention of this specific film and this movie's mythology. I can get on board with that. But it's kind of giving me vibes of the ruins that Elsa encounters in Frozen 2, and having watched the Disney Plus special on the behind-the-scenes making of Frozen 2, it really opened my eyes to the fact that the creative process for these Disney animated features sometimes lends itself to the story being the last thing to fall into place. Like, they'll storyboard these beautiful images, they'll compose a fantastic song, and then they'll actively work to make the narrative fit the visuals or the music. And of course, as we saw in behind the scenes of Frozen 2, they're willing to cut things if it doesn't work for the story, but just looking at these bubbles, I'm wondering, will they serve a major narrative focus, or are they just there to look pretty? Who knows? We'll find out together. Let's keep watching.
All you have to do is give your wish to me.
Hell to the yes. This right here is the moment when I was watching this trailer at like 8 o'clock in the morning, 5 minutes after it dropped, when my heart stopped. And for the first time in years, I felt a tiny twinge of joy and remembered what it's like to be a human with feelings. Okay. Yes, I'm aware it's a me issue, and we will discuss it during my next session. In other words, that moment is the moment that made me truly excited for this movie on an entirely different level. Now, yes, we did have the announcement just a day or two ago at CinemaCon that Chris Pine was joining the cast of Wish as King Magnifico, and I thought that was cool. It was just like a blip on the radar. I didn't think he would be an important character. But as we saw, when they zoomed in on the eyes and we got that lime green glow of light, it was the confirmation that he is our classic Disney villain. This is our first classic Disney villain since Mother Gothel, I would wager to say. And I am so happy. I am so happy that we are seemingly going back to this traditional fairy tale formula of having a good versus evil story. And my favorite thing about this trailer is how they set up his reveal, because the trailer opens just with his voice saying these very calm, soothing, inspirational, very stereotypically Disney things. Like, he's saying the types of statements that you would normally hear like before a fireworks show in Disneyland or the Magic Kingdom, like, imagine a place where all your wishes come true, where all your wildest dreams become reality. This is phantasmic. This is happily ever after. This is coming soon to VHS. Like, it's equal parts fireworks announcement and the voice of the guy who used to do all of the classic Disney trailers on VHS, but then they lure you into this sense of comfort and familiarity and completely turn it on its head when you realize that this isn't just an omnipotent narrator. This is a character that exists within the world of Wish. And not only is he a character that exists in the world of Wish, everything that he's been setting up to lure you in has seemingly been a ploy, because then he turns it on his head and says, you can have all of that if you give your wish to me. And it is serving me some Ursula vibes. I adore that. And I don't think we've had an evil king yet. So that alone is so exciting. We've had so many evil queens, but an evil king. Ah, slay, king. Is that a thing the kids are saying today? It is now. Speaking of the phrase slay king / slay queen, look at this brand new shirt I just added to the Teacup for One t-shirt t-shop now on Etsy, inspired by Macbeth, slay queen. It's a quote from Macbeth, the first folio, probably. Moving on. Now, according to my unverified sources, Google and Wikipedia, Chris Pine is playing King Magnifico. He is the ruler of Rosas? Rosas, again. Future people watching this once the movie is out, if I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry, I'm a fool. He is the ruler of Rosas and the sole... I know I'm a fool! He is the ruler of Rosas and the sole keeper of hundreds of wishes entrusted to him by people from all over the world. So the little that we do know about the plot is that Asha, Ariana DeBose's character, senses a darkness in the world or in her kingdom, and she's the only one who senses it. She sets out to stop it. So just putting together those two pieces of semi-verified information, I think the general plot that we're looking at here is that King Chris Pine is weaponizing people's wishes. Asha figures it out, and then she gets wish magic from a star, which we're going to see in a second, and then they go head to head in a magical battle. Like, it's really interesting, I think, this character that they're setting up for Chris Pine. Again, I think there's some Ursula vibes there. Just this whole concept of him almost saying, give your wishes to me, and I will give you something even better in return. In a weird way, it's kind of the perfect way to celebrate the Walt Disney Company's 100th anniversary, because their whole thing is, give us your wishes, and we'll give you magic in return. Give us money, we'll give you a magical experience. And hey, I'm not judging, I'm not calling them out on it. I'm not calling out the Disney adults. I've already drank the Kool-Aid. I'm just making an observation. And I sincerely doubt that that was Disney's intention with this character. Oh my gosh, imagine if King Magnifico is actually Walt Disney reincarnated? Let's watch on. A classic Disney villain laugh, a princess-like character running into a forest, an adorable goat sound, and then a heart-pumping Disney adventure-type score. All these elements are coming together. They're getting me right in the nostalgic feels. I love it. Okay.
I wish. Whoa, whoa! What was that?
All right. Asha has wished upon a star, and the star has come down to visit her, and look how flippin' adorable the star character is. This is just reinforcing to me the magic of this brand new style of animation, because I'm convinced that this character would not look nearly as endearing and magical and whimsical if it was in, like, the Frozen Pixar style of, I don't know what I would even call it, photorealistic, fully rendered 3D style CGI. Just that 2D element to him, I think, brings out so much character, and it's adorable, right? Personally, I'm hoping that this remains a silent character. I just think it would be so beautiful if this remains a visually driven character in a visually stunning film. Let's watch on.
Whoa, what are you doing? Valentino, don't eat that!
It didn't work. When does the magic happen, huh?
All right. We're seeing a lot of very familiar seeming things just in these past few seconds. Those flowers, especially when they came to life, feel very reminiscent of the talking and the singing flowers in Disney's Alice in Wonderland. The magical stardust is very reminiscent of Tinkerbell's pixie dust. Even those vocals in the background feel very classic 1950s Disney. Like, I'm almost wondering, and I'm positive that this is me just projecting the movie that I want it to be onto the movie, but I'm wondering if this is almost an origin story for all the classic Disney animated movies. Like, is this the movie that is tying together every fairy tale driven Disney animated feature and saying they all exist within the same universe and they're all driven by the magic of this star? Oh, and also the goat talks now. Just when I thought I couldn't love him anymore. Like, I fully was prepared for Alan Tudyk to just make his way through the movie making goat sounds like meh, 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 meh. It's harder to do than you'd think. Also, who would have guessed that the goat's voice would be that low? Let's keep watching.
I'm talking. I am talking. Ha! Who knew my voice would be this low?
See?
So I look up at the stars to guide me and throw caution to every warning sign.
So, this is our first official legal listen to this movie's answer to Let It Go. Like, at this point, any Disney animated musical needs to have their classic Disney animated musical power ballad. Your Let It Go, your How Far I'll Go, your Part of Your World, and that all harkens back to Alan Menken and Howard Ashman coming on in during the Disney Renaissance and saying, listen, they all need an I Want song. So, this is checking all the boxes for the classic I Want song. So, this song is called More For Us, and it made its debut at D23 late last year. You can actually listen to the song in its entirety if you go onto TikTok and find people who were being sneaky and recording Ariana DeBose's live performance of it. It is a beautiful song. It is very much a classic Disney I Want song, and musically, it feels to me kind of like Waiting on a Miracle meets Into the Unknown. Now, when I was listening to it, I was trying to figure out, is this a composition from Lin-Manuel Miranda or from the Lopez's? Because seemingly those have been the two songwriting teams or individuals that Disney has gone to for their animated features over the years. But it turns out it's neither of them. What a twist. The original songs for this film have been composed by Julia Michaels. Now, I had no idea who Julia Michaels was before this afternoon when I Google/Wikipedia'd her, but Julia Michaels is a recording artist as well as a songwriter in her own right. So Julia Michaels actually wrote songs for people like Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, Shawn Mendes, and Justin Bieber. And just listening to this song compared to the other work that she's done, like, she's not the first person I would have thought to write music for a Disney animated film, but it also seems to work kind of perfectly. It definitely has a modern sensibility and like this contemporary sound to it, but it still feels like a timeless musical theater piece. And I can't really explain how it can be both things at the same time, but like, somehow it is. I think it's going to be an instant classic, and Ariana DeBose's performance of it just has so much power and so much emotion behind it. At least it did when she sang it at D23, based on that bootleg I found on TikTok. So, yeah, I think we're going to have another How Far I'll Go, Part of Your World, Let It Go on our hands. And to all of those musical theater accompanists, get ready. Get the fingers warmed up. Let's keep watching.
I'm sure there will be challenges that find me, but I can take them on one at a time.
Alright, I know this is kind of hypocritical because I was literally just singing the praises of this song that, to be fair, I've never heard properly in its entirety, but musically, I think it's captivating. I'm not a fan of the lyrics. I think the lyrics are a little bit on the nose. Stuff like, I know there's going to be challenges, I could take them on one at a time. Like, yeah, it's a good sentiment. It's a nice idea. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't think it has the beauty and the lyrical nuance that we've had in some previous I Want songs. Like, I mean, nothing's ever going to come close to Part of Your World. Who are we kidding? But even if I think of something like Let It Go. Cliche. I'm aware. But just the power in those three words, Let It Go. So simple, so powerful, brilliant. How Far I'll Go. Simple, powerful, brilliant. Maybe the problem with these lyrics is the elimination of the word go. It's also funny that Disney is name-dropping all of their past films as if people watching this trailer don't know who Disney is. Imagine, like, I just want to know who the person is watching this trailer and thinking, wait a second. Cinderella? Beauty and the Beast? Frozen? That was all the same bleeping studio? It's also really cool seeing this. These are very not linked thoughts. Just, I don't know, a lot happened in those few seconds of trailer. It's also fascinating for me to just see Chris Pine's character, like King Chris Pine, work in the crowd. Once again, I'm feeling major Ursula vibes with him. He seems charismatic, charming, but also dangerous. I think this is a character that they very easily could have had as a twist villain. Seemingly, they're not going down that route. Once again, love it. Let's watch more. Yeah, see, right there comes a story a century in the making. Now, on the one hand, maybe this is entirely just a marketing play. Maybe they are selling this movie to audiences as, hey, you know Disney, you love Disney, we've been here 100 years, here's our latest and greatest movie, the movie that combines absolutely everything from the past 100 years into one brand new sparkling narrative. Love that. But maybe it also means that they are taking 100 years worth of actual stories, plot elements, and world building and giving us an origin story. I know it's very unlikely, but I would love if that's what this movie was. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? I mean, really, I think it's win-win. I think there's something extra special if this is a movie that's kind of tying together the Disney animated cinematic universe, but I think there's something equally special to it being its own standalone film. I'm just so happy Disney's giving us something new. That's not a live-action reimagining of a movie that's less than 10 years old. Yes, T. Yes, shade to The Rock. Let's watch the rest of the trailer. I don't know why. Is it just me? Anytime I see the title card for this, I immediately think of the cruise ship. Maybe it's just massive, brilliant corporate synergy. Either way, it's working on me. I had nothing for you with those last few clips. I think they're visually beautiful. I can't pull any narrative assumptions or any film theories out of what they showed us, but I can just sit and enjoy how beautiful it is. And I also do kind of enjoy how little they're revealing about this movie. And I think the trap with trailers recently is that they tell you pretty well everything that's going to happen before you actually see the movie. So holding on to that little bit of mystery, it's making me even more excited for the film. Kind of the same way that the Barbie movie is operating. One thing that I did notice while watching this trailer is that seemingly we only have like 2 or 3 major settings. We have the bubble room, we have the palace, and we have that forest area. And just as a personal preference thing, I'm more excited by fairy tale animated films that show us a bunch of different environments and truly build and flesh out the world. I think that's part of the reason I love Raya and the Last Dragon so much. Here we have a couple cool settings, but I don't know, I'm hoping the world is a little bit bigger than just bubble room, forest, palace. But hey, this movie is still like half a year away from being made, and if the Frozen documentary taught us anything on Disney Plus, it's that they're going to be cutting this movie together until like the day before it officially premieres. So everything that we've seen so far, I think it's beautiful. I'm so excited for this movie. Just the voice talents are there. The animation style is there. Even if I don't love the movie overall, there are going to be so many individual elements that I just know are going to work for me. And I cannot wait. Anyway, friends, with that, this concludes yet another episode of Teacup for One. Now let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of the Wish trailer? Is it your most anticipated Disney movie of the year? Is it my most anticipated Disney movie of the year? I mean, I'm really excited for Haunted Mansion and Little Mermaid, of course. It's just such a good year for Disney movies. Plus, we also get Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day. I mean, 2023. What a year to go to the movies. What was I saying? Oh yeah, anyway, if you want to be the first to know when I release more videos talking about movies, trailer reviews, Disney, Shakespeare, Cats, Funko Pops, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. If you haven't subscribed already, it's so easy. All you have to do is click on my face. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. My name is Matt and I have 2 degrees, and that's the Teacup for One. Visit my Etsy store. Please, I'm trying to save for a trip.